Hello, I'm Edward from Direct Fabrics. Today we're talking about cassette systems. This is a spring-loaded cassette system, nice dark finish for any room. It'll work really well, nice and simple to install. What we love about this product is that it's going to give you that total blackout. So for kids' nurseries or offices, cinema rooms, anything like that where you're looking to get rid of any sunlight. The product itself is really simple. There's a wooden side channel each side, one at the top, and then we've installed the spring-loaded roller blind mechanism onto the top piece where the bracket's already pre-installed for you, and then the side channels screwed in. So if you come over here for me, Charles, we'll have a look at this. We've got the head box itself, nice and straightforward, two brackets fixing there, open and close, nice and easy, nice range of colours in the product. We've got two sidebars, which we're going to pop into the side of the recess, hammer into the side, and then we've got a top bar as well. Come over here, Charles, quick, come on. We've got the nails for the sidebars on the top and the screws, and I'll take you over to the window and show you the two options for fitting. So if we're looking in this recess here, we've obviously got some obstructions, which is the key in there, so that's the maximum projection. We don't want, if we're fitting inside the recess, we don't want any risk of catching the fabric because it will tear over time. We don't want to avoid that. So again, if we're mounting inside the recess, here's a previous mark from a different product we've showcased, but if we mount in about 10 centimeters, we're going to avoid all of those obstructions, if that makes sense. If we're doing it that way, we're going to level up, make sure we're the same distance, and then we can square off on the blind. For me, this product looks so much better if we're fitting on the face of the recess. So we're going to the edge of the recess, and we get that lovely, nice squared off finish. And again, what that means is, if I just put that back in, you just pop it in, you've got the windowsill free, so if you had any plants or any bits and pieces on there. As you can see here, we've got the rails up because, again, it's quite a clinical looking product. So if you had to soften the room, I would put curtains up just to bring in a little bit of a warming feel to the space. Go stop. So the tools we're going to be using today, really simple installation: hammer, Phillips head screwdriver, little level or a level as wide enough for your window, and the screws and brackets plus the other odds and ends that come in the pack. So we've gone through a quick introduction. Now we're going to fit the blind. We're going to take our time. Always take your time if you're ever cutting or measuring, as I say in any of our other videos. Double check your measurements, make sure everything's working. If you're unsure, get in touch with the team, we're here to help you. This system starts with a little bit of self-sticky adhesive, and then you hammer through there to make sure that it's all securely fitted. This is your starting point. Remove the sticky tape, and what we're going to do is pop that into the recess, and we're going to just make sure we get a nice starting point squared to the edge of the recess, and we're going to pop in. And what I'm trying to do is just make sure I've got a true line running through. A little bit of adjustment in there, which is nice, and I'm up and in. I'm just going to work along, make sure the sticky tape's done what it needs to do. And then, as you can see, if you come in here, we've got pre-marked hammer hole, pin nail holes all the way through, and I'm going to pop into there. What I like to do is just put the sides in just to make sure I'm happy that everything fits. So we've got the top bar in. I haven't put the nails in as yet, so we're now going to do the sidebars. The sidebars is an L-shaped bracket. What you can see here is the face of the L shape comes to the front. So again, I'm going to remove the self-adhesive tape, and I'm going to just pop it up to the top. A little bit of tolerance in these, but again, if we just start in the right position, we can work our way down. I'm just lining up to the edge of the recess, and a little bit of movement. I'm nicely in there. Again, just smoothing out, just making sure it's grabbed. Again, the nail holes are all pre-marked. We'll move on to the last one. If I can get the adhesive tape. Go. So just take off the back of the sticky tape, nice and steady. If you needed to, you could take this off. So we haven't hammered it in as yet. It's nice if you want to have a little pre-run, just make sure it's nice and straightforward. I'm going up to the top, lining up to the edge of my recess. And there we go. Just a few little adjustments and then it's grabbed in really nicely. Next I'm going to hammer in these marked positions. So we've got the just old trusty hammer here, Old Faithful, and the pins that are brought with the product. So simple as just pop it into the hole and I'm just going to tap them in. Done. We've installed the side rails, I've hammered those in, the nails and the brackets are in. I'm hoping everything's true, it should be, but there is adjustment in these brackets. They come off really nice and simply, so I can pull them off and pop them back on if I need adjustment in the positioning. So I take the cassette system, I'm going to pop it onto the side and up onto this one as well, and then we're in step one. So from here I want to check that that's level, and we can adjust those brackets as we said. We'll just sit that on top and we'll bob on. Come back in, have another look at that. Perfect. Never works, but it's worked today. Absolutely perfect. Now, next step, I'm taking the longer screws that come in the pack. Phillips head screwdriver. Come on in, back in here. We're having a look under here. Can you get in on that angle there for me? We've got two what look like screw holes, not this one. We're going into this one here, and we're going to screw up and in. Brilliant. I'll get that done and then we'll come back on for you. So before we screw in, what we're going to do is just check that the blind is the correct length. You never know, we make everything made to measure. It's always just a good check in case we need to send you another cassette or if there's any issue. So I'm going to screw into these two screw holes here and then I'm going to put the side channels in. Finish the cassette box installation, now we're going on to the side channels. The side channel profile has a foam back which sits over the face of the timber and just gives it that little bit extra blackout. The fabric will go through this channel here and the rubber grommet is going to go through here. Can be a little bit faffy, so I'm going to show you the vertical position. We pull the blind down. And what I'm going to do is push this channel here, this gap is going into the side channel and it just goes up and in. As I slide that up the fabric, don't do that, but then you can follow it through all the way up, and then you can see there's this little nook here. That is going to fit into the side channel entrance there, which is there, and then it just slides in, and we've done one. We can then put the next one on the other side. We've got both the side channels in here, they're not screwed in or supported. We've got two screws that are included in the pack, and I've got one little screwdriver. What you want to do now is make sure that these are not angled in, so the fabric's going to run true through the blind. I've obviously let that blind go up, but we push in, make sure it's tight against the edge, and I've got my trusty level again, and we'll bob on there. So again, I'm going to now screw these in. If you come in here, Charles will show everyone the screw hole there. And we're just going to go through there. There is adjustment, so you could potentially just pilot it in and then adjust. Completed this installation, I put the last two screws in, and simple as that. Now, if you want to see the blackout, it's not a total blackout product. I don't think anything truly is, because you've got to seal it up, but it's 99%. Again, if we turn around, Charles, and show the doors, you can see the light bleed through. We're in the middle of the day here, so it's not blaring sunshine today, but it's close. So there's a little bit of seepage, if you can see my fingers in front of there, and then we're back up. So once we combine that with some curtains, which is how I like to dress a window, I mean it's quite echoey in here because there's nothing soft. Again, curtains will help with that. It's a fabulous product, so we'll cut now to putting the curtains back up and finishing the room, and you can see a completed picture. We finished this installation. I've put the curtains up, which we showed you how to do in the previous video, and we've now got a really nice, well finished room. Curtains add a bit of softness, they improve the acoustics of the room. Yeah, overall I'm really happy with it. I think it's an amazing product. We only sell great products. Everything about these, we do an FR version, we do a domestic version. If you have any questions or you'd like a quote or just order off the website, it's all available online. Please get in touch with the team if you have any questions. Thank you.